This week's question is from Anonymous. They write, I have been trying so hard to get past a plateau of 160 for 9 months. I do believe it's psychological because I tend to break my fasts maybe once every 7 days, late at night in the dark, eating cheese and crackers until I am more than full. I notice I do this whenever I get to 160. I'm 5'9", 64 years old, with a goal of 145. I eat OMAD with a 2-hour window, and I have a green vegetable drink at the end. Have you ever addressed the psychological aspects of roadblocking goal attainment with food? I have been working on not being an emotional eater, but I need some help. Please help me figure this out. So first of all, based on your weight and your height, your BMI is 23.6, which is in the normal range, which I think is spectacular. For that height, between 126 and 169 is considered normal. So again, you're at what most people would consider a really good weight. But I know that you said your goal is 145, and I think there are some things you can explore that will help you get past this plateau, because I agree. I think that this is something psychological is going on, because every time you get to that 160 mark, you're like self-sabotaging. So the first thing I would explore is, why 145? Like, why do you want to be down at 145? You're already at a normal weight, so what is it about 145? Why do you want to be there? And I would really explore this. Write down all the reasons why 145 is the right number, the right goal. What can you do at 145 that you can't do at this current weight? Like, how will your life get better? And how will your life be worse if you stay where you're at? I have found it's really helpful to go as deep and as wide with this question as possible. So think of as many reasons as you can, make it really wide, and then go as deep as you can. Go, ask yourself why those things are important, and be honest with yourself about why you want to be there. Maybe that number is just the one that sounds good to you, and just know that you don't currently like where you're at, and you do want to get down to that point. Another good question to explore is, what are you afraid of? Usually when we have that kind of behavior where we're kind of self-sabotaging, there's something we're a little bit nervous about. We think that maybe, there's going to be a bad consequence for getting to where we're wanting to go. And sometimes it is something that maybe seems silly or maybe seems outrageous, but I have found it's really important to acknowledge it and to get past it, and to just be honest with myself, like, what exactly am I afraid of? I mean, sometimes people are afraid of, getting down to a lower weight because they're afraid that it may attract unwanted attention. So I think, again, exploring it, writing it out, journaling it out, what's going on in your mind. Like, what are the things that you think might happen if you do reach 145 that might be negative? And then the last thing I would encourage you to explore is, what is actually going through your mind on those nights, with the cheese and the crackers. What's coming up, and when is it happening? Is it, on a particularly stressful day? What's going on around that? What's going through your head while you're actually eating? And the closer you can do this to the time where it happened, the better, because it's going to be fresher on your mind. So, if you can notice your thoughts while this is actually happening, that would be a great time to start journaling. Or, right after it happens, you realize, like, oh, I did that thing again, then stop and write down, all the things that were going through your head, what's bugging you. And that has been one of the things that has helped me the most to get real clarity on why I do the things I do, is to write them down. It helps me to think. When I actually write the things down, I know that it's tempting to keep it all in your head and just try to figure it out. But what I've found is, if you actually physically write down these things, it causes you to think better on them. You can actually get more clarity of what's going on in your mind and what your motivations are, than if you just try to keep it all in your head. So I hope that helps you. I certainly have found that stopping emotional eating is a process, and just learning how to stop overeating, even if emotion isn't necessarily wrapped up in it, just learning that process of stopping when you're full. It's a process, and sometimes you slip up, and the most helpful thing that I've learned how to do is just to not beat myself up about it if it does happen, and to forgive myself quickly and move on. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer on this channel, you can head over to my website, 6milestosupper.com/ask, and submit it for consideration. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're currently trying to lose weight and you're just having a hard time, check out my Slow and Steady Success Academy. There you'll find a course called Intermittent Fasting for Weight Loss 101, where I take you through the entire process from start to finish and how to implement intermittent fasting successfully in your life for weight loss. The link is in the description. The All Access Pass to Slow and Steady Success Academy is a monthly subscription plan that gets you access to every course that is currently available in this academy, as well as any that will become available in the future. Also, you'll get access to our private All Access Pass members only Facebook group.